You're a startup founder. Finding product market fit is probably your number one priority. But to land bigger customers, you also need security compliance. Obtaining your SOC 2 or ISO 27001 certification can open those big doors, but they take time and energy, pulling you away from building and shipping. That's where Vanta comes in. Vanta is the all-in-one compliance solution helping startups get audit ready and build a strong security foundation quickly and painlessly. Vanta automates the manual security tasks that slow you down, helping you streamline your audit. The platform connects you with trusted experts to build your program, auditors to get you through audits quickly, and a marketplace for essentials like pen testing. So whether you're closing your first deal or gearing up for growth, Vanta makes compliance easy. Join over 8,000 companies, including Y Combinator and Techstar startups who trust Vanta. For a limited time, get $1,000 off Vanta at vanta.com/simplify. That's VANTA.com/simplify for $1,000 off.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the show. This is the Fight Insight podcast. On today's episode, two great guests. UFC's Charles INNERG Johnson, 4 fights in 1 year, 4 victories, nothing stopping that guy. And then we go over to PFL/Bellator/PFL super fight star Raufeon SUPA Stots. Both these guests, absolutely incredible. Sit back and enjoy the show. Before we get to it, please do follow and subscribe to us on all our socials. Get our shirt at millions.co. And also, hey, I'm going to be commentating Fight League Atlantic's FLA 17 in just a few weeks. Please do get your tickets now at fightleagueatlantic.com. Get the pay-per-view at fightleagueatlantic.com. Incredible Canadian MMA action from Canada's beautiful East Coast. I'll see you there. Now let's get on with the show.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Fight Insight Podcast.
We have been having a great year here on the Fight Insight Podcast, but this man may be having the best year of all time of any UFC athlete, maybe of any athlete around the world. He is now ranked 15th in the flyweight division in a 2024 that has seen him do 4 fights, 4 wins, 2 bonuses. What more can this man ask for? He was last seen here on the podcast on episode 145, just a little over, almost a year ago. Mm-hmm. He is the pride of St. Louis, Missouri. He's the leader of the Skullet Gang, and some people call him Pretty Ricky. But Rain, bring this man in.
Please welcome Charles INNERG Johnson.
Who do this? Molly or Patty? It's the Patty dance.
What's going on?
How you doing? Good,
Charles
man.
Johnson, how are you, my friend? What a life you are leading, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's a blessing. It's a blessing. 2024 has been everything I thought 2023 was gonna be. So,
nice, man.
We're about a year behind on my schedule, but it ain't on my time right now. So I'm excited about it.
Dude, you like what you've achieved this year has been absolutely incredible, man. Of course, I'm a fan of yours before we met you last year, but I'm an even greater fan now following you along on your Instagram, man. You've got a good life, dude. You're kicking ass. You're doing your thing. I got to ask, what changed that allowed you to now be so successful like this?
I don't think it much was anything changing. Honestly, it's just a combination of a lot of work, effort, and getting really good matchups that and learning how to win in the small moments in these fights. To be honest, I was always a fast-paced fighter. I'm just getting better and better, and I'm a true martial artist now. I've been doing this for about 10 years, 11 years now. So it's like I'm finally feeling like a true martial artist and starting to have fun in there, you know. So I feel like it takes a while to learn. How to be a martial artist, and then it takes a while to figure out how to win as a professional, and then win at the highest level, right? So I just been the last 2 years I've been just rubbing elbows with the most elite athletes and people who can be in my environment or be around that can help me as far as mentally, like Jordan Burroughs, like my team, my coaches, just athletes who are working towards things in life and have good light, you know. And it just, for me, it's a wonderful life right now. I have my daughter and my wife with me at all times, and we just moved to Orlando, and I can train full time now. So it's an exciting time. It's a dope time, And when you see me, you see them. When you see them, you see me. So I love that about the UFC. A lot of the staff know my daughter and my wife before they see me. So that's pretty cool too.
That's amazing, man. Yeah, and like on your Instagram stories and stuff like that, you're training, you're out there, and there's always your wife and daughter with you, which is really cool, man. Like you have a beautiful family. I put a photo of them for those on audio only, right? I put the photo of them up there. Man, you talk about that's interesting though, because you're saying like I'm learning how to win, I'm learning how to do all this, I'm learning how to be a martial artist. Your pro record, 17-6. Okay. And then as an amateur, you had 6 fights. 4-2
as an amateur, I had 25 fights. A lot of my fights aren't on there. Like I fought all across the US. I traveled in the Midwest. I traveled to fight. I had 25 fights. Like I fought Carlos Hernandez as an amateur and Julio what's his name? Jose Johnson. I'm sorry. Jose Johnson
yes.
as an
Twice.
amateur.
You beat him up twice.
Those is at the end though, at the very end when I was trying to play around with IMAF and stuff like that. I didn't know what it was. Carlos Hernandez, I fought him to a decision loss, but I thought I won the fight. He had won IMAF the year before, so it's kind of like, I was a new guy coming in, and it was just, for me, it was just always about experience, learning. Every time I stepped in there, it was about learning, experience, trying something new. So even during that time, I wasn't training full time. I was still doing track and field. And so for me, it's just been a learning. Like as an amateur, I had 13 fights in 1 year. The first year I started my amateur career 13-0. And in those in St. Louis, no. And then literally we had this, it was this, MMA journalism there at the time called Knuckle Junkies, and you can look it up, and it still may have my record up there, but it was Knuckle Junkies MMA, and they were over the scene in St. Louis. They've been gone for a while now, but during that time, they had rankings and stuff like that. So it was pretty cool to try to work through those things and have a sense of working towards something as an amateur. But when you get on my Tapology, you just say I had 6 fights, but it doesn't tell the whole story. Only the people who were around know or paying attention knew,
Well, now we know, man. We know now, and we can let people know. But look, okay, but then that makes my question even crazier because, that many fights, right? 30, 40 fights. And now you're saying, now I'm learning how to be a professional martial artist. What is it like? If you could speak to a young INNERG, what would you say to that guy to help him get there faster? What is some of the learning that you think you needed?
It was never about faster. COVID really took 2 years from me. I would have been in UFC 2 years prior to when I was 8-1, then 8-2, and then I was in Thailand for almost 2 years, and then COVID happened during that time. So it kind of stole some time for me. And I'm watching Brandon Royval fight, and I fought him in the LFA right before he fought for the title, and then went to UFC right after that. So then 2 years later, I come back from Thailand, and I just go on my run in the LFA, defend the title after 42 days, 43 days, and then defend the title twice in the LFA, and then get a call, right? So for me, it was just a matter of time. And I'll just tell that guy, just keep believing in yourself, keep working, and keep figuring it out, because that's all I did the whole way. It was no red carpet laid down for me. I was working 3 jobs at a time. I had to figure it out. I had to figure out how I was going to get to practice. I was trying to compete in collegiate track, and trying to figure out how to be an adult at the same time. Coming from poverty in St. Louis and stuff like that, not much money. My parents were great. I mean, they did they could, but it was we don't come from money, so to go to school, you had to get scholarships, things like that. And I had to earn everything that I got. So that's why where I'm at now, I'm the people that know are super proud of me. They say, you're already a champion. Like, we know you're going to be the world champion, bro, because it's just a matter of time and you getting the opportunity to show people. It's just about getting opportunities for me, because I've had to create the opportunities and go through more adversity than most other people. Some people come from third world countries, but they still have people like behind them in the team, and they've been doing it, that martial arts their whole life. You know, for me, it just, it was different, but that's a testament to America. You know, that's a testament to America. You can put your mind in something and work hard at it and make yourself put yourself in a career field and figure it out, and then make a business for yourself. And that's basically what we are as fighters, you know. Independent contractors, we're a business, you know. So I've learned how to be a professional, and I would just tell a young guy, young Charles Johnson, man, just keep doing what you're doing, man. Because I had a lot of things written on my walls when I was in college: prayer, positivity, perseverance, 3 P's. I went by that. Ambition and Nike socks. I still say that to this day. I ran track. I always had on my black Nike socks, and you know, just keep working hard, man. Keep working hard. It was tough to get to where I am, but I'm thankful for the journey for sure.
Dude, it's crazy. You're such a humble dude, man, and like you're a really good guy. Like every time I hear you speak, every time I see you speaking at the UFC or here on this podcast, like you always portray like you're such a good man, you know. So I'm very happy for your success, dude. Definitely, you will get that title shot soon. Definitely, you will get that title and that gold wrapped around your waist one day. I know that. That's a definite. Here's the thing, man. Now, I always think this is funny. You're ranked number 15. Okay, congratulations.
Thank
but
you.
it's a funny ranking though, because you obviously want to fight someone higher in the rankings, but at 15 it's like, do those higher guys want to fight you? Because they got to know, like, look, shoot, if I fight Charles Johnson, I'm losing, but that means now I've lost the 15th guy. That means I should probably be 16th, right? And then you're out of the rankings. Do you think it's going to be hard for you to find a matchup with someone ranked above you? And that's got to be the only fight you want to take. Like, hey, I'm 15, I'm moving up. There's no looking back.
It's a little, for me, it's like a double-edged sword. It's a little at times infuriating watching who gets opportunities and who doesn't, and the timing of things. But there's really only a couple people with a pulse on what happens and who gets the opportunities they get. And so for me, it's just about letting the people know that I'm available and continuing to show up and do my job. I see a lot of guys getting opportunities, and I see who they beat. I see their resumes, and I look at my resume. I'm like, when I came into the UFC, I was a world champion. These guys coming to UFC, they're world champions. What's the difference between them getting a title shot and me? You know, and everyone in this weight class can fight at world championship level. So whether you're unranked or you're ranked, you know, everybody at flyweight is very skilled, you know, and it's about you going out there and who has the better night. And some people are better than others. I'm not saying that everyone's on the same level, but I mean, this is the UFC. It's the Ultimate Fighting Championship for a reason. And I just feel like ranking should matter. And there's been a lot of guys on 2-fight, 3-fight losing streaks, or fought once or twice in the last 2 years that are still sitting in rankings. So I just think there's plenty of opportunities there. It's just, you know, whoever does the rankings, I don't even think the UFC agrees with the media. It's the media who does the UFC rankings.
Wait,
so
okay,
like,
hold on.
none of it makes sense. None of it makes sense. It's just like wearing shorts that go by the country's flag. None of it makes sense.
Right. Yeah. Oh, you're talking about like the color depends on your country, which colors you're allowed to choose. Okay, but hold on. Did you say the media makes the rank? Because I was very surprised. Was it last week Dana White was like being asked, and he goes, "I don't agree with the stupid rankings." Blah blah. I'm like, isn't it your company that makes the rankings? It's not the official UFC rankings.
It's the media-driven thing. Like the UFC rankings is driven by selected group of media members, like MMA junkies and like stuff like that. Like MMA media make up the rankings. So I don't know who all it is. I have never took the time to look. I might. It just depends, but I don't think it really matters, to be honest, because like it's really about who you're making the right impressions with. And for me, that those people are Hunter Campbell, Dana White, and Mick Maynard, my matchmaker. So
that's right.
Those are the only people that matter to me. As long as they see the work that I'm doing, that's all that matters to me.
Well, it's like I was, I mean, just so you don't get mad at us, like Ringside Rain and I, don't get mad at us, man, because no one's been polling us. You know, like we'd say energy's like right up the top. It's the same. I was listening to the Joe Rogan podcast and Donald Trump, and he was like, "Have you ever been polled by a pollster for these for the election results?" He goes, I've never been polled by anyone. Have you? Like, I've never been polled by anyone for anything. So it's like, where do you get these results from? That's so crazy. I swear I did not know that the UFC rankings were not run by the UFC.
Yeah,
which then
selected people by the UFC, and then they just take it, and it's just it's implemented. But for
can you get me on that payroll?
Right,
get us on that payroll, man.
Right.
We'll help inch you up.
I don't know how it works, man. But for the sake of playing devil's advocate here, it's just like with the rankings being what they are, and Dana saying that I want to create something new as an athlete here. We have every right to be mad whenever the fuck we want to be, because there's nothing telling us what we're working toward outside of go win a fight. We want to be validated. And I just feel like, I don't know. I look at the rankings and just like, whatever, man. I just want the opportunity to fight this guy. And, for so long I've been told you're not ready or you haven't done enough, and I'm looking at my resume and I fought the number one contender. I fought these people. I fought that guy. So I'm just like, I just have to be patient. And I think the difference between me getting them opportunities and where we are now is just me finishing fights. The guys who finish fights get those opportunities. I was this close this last fight. I think 8 out of 9 out of 10 refs would have stopped that fight. So it's a little frustrating, but all you can do is go, and for me, a person like me, go back, look at the tape. Like, I could have done this different, maybe this different, but it's a fight, let's on to the next. Let's work on solidifying these positions and do this, so that's where we at.
Every time a Fight Insight alumni guest is fighting, Rain and I are messaging back and forth while they're fighting, going, let's go, Charles Johnson. Right? Like, you're just like, we are, man. Here's the thing. I might have to go back in this podcast and edit out all this stuff that you're saying about respecting the rankings, because here's the deal. You could technically be like one fight away from a title fight. The way that
I am one fight away from the title, always. At flyweight, for sure. At flyweight, I'm always one fight away from the title. I know that. Now that I'm ranked.
Steve Ersteg was like,
but he was gifted an opportunity to fight the number 10 guy, his first fight in the UFC.
Yeah,
and he made the most of it, and he won the next fight too. And then he fought a very chinny Matt Chanel, and it seemed like Matt Chanel became the guy that everybody had to fight to get a title shot, which made no sense to me. But like you're saying, it's like 2-3 guys that fought Matt Chanel, and then they got a title shot afterwards. I'm like, was Matt Chanel supposed to be the guy getting the title shot, or what's going on here? So like,
he's a handsome dude. They just wanted him to be the poster child.
He's a good guy, he's a Midwest boy, but it's just like, for me, it just didn't make sense. I'm like, why do we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 if we're going to number 10?
Look, Charles, don't say that right now, because when you're
I can say it now because all those motherfuckers hurt, halfway retired, and don't fight. So I can say it.
No, but I'm saying
after my next fight, whoever it is going to be,
I know, but what I'm saying is, don't say that, because when you're like, after your next win, let's say you're ranked 7, right?
They're gonna give it to me.
And then they go, we want to give him a title shot, and then someone pulls up this podcast and goes, no,
Charles said
you got to respect the rankings.
You do gotta respect the rankings, but them motherfuckers suck. That's Charles Johnson.
Oh, I see. It's
okay.
The problem is that those idiots.
We can do what they do. In that instance, we can do what they do and just move that pylon over a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
Make it make sense.
Okay, I got it. Okay, well, here's the thing, man. Now, I don't want to get you mad, but who the hell is this guy? Who the hell? And we've already talked about this, Rain. Who the hell is Kai Asakura? And Charles Johnson, I want to bring you to one thing here. This is MMA fighting, right? .com, the picture I'm showing. Speaking about rankings, do you know the way that this website does the rankings? When they have the number there next to Alexander Pantoja's name, number 1, do you know what that means? Do you pay
He's
attention to that?
number one in the world, or what?
On their website, they
Mm.
do their own rankings. Okay, so
Mm.
so for example, you could show up on a poster for MMA fighting, and it will go Charles Johnson, and it will have a 10 next to it, and then people will go, well, wait a second, he's ranked 15, but MMA fighting has a little asterisk at the
They have
bottom
their
that
own
goes,
algorithm.
this is our own ranking, right? Do you notice the number that is next to Kai Asakura's name, Charles Johnson?
Yeah,
What's that number for those on audio?
blank.
Yeah.
That's blank. That's blank, man.
This dude isn't even ranked at all.
Yeah.
And he comes in. Now, granted, he's a champion in other organizations and whatever. Your thoughts, man, on this guy getting a title shot above any number of UFC fighters who have fought?
I think a
guy who I know that has fought 4 times this year. How about
yeah,
that?
I wouldn't even say myself. I think I got 1, maybe 2 more fights to show them. But with the Kai that I thought was gonna get the fight, I thought it was gonna be Kai Kara France after he got the KO win over Usyk. I felt like he showed he finished the guy. He showed that he was ready to get that opportunity. But everybody's caught up on like Pinto just beat everyone. But listen, man, when was this? 7 years ago? You know, like guys get exponentially better in a year, 2 years,
Yes.
3 years. Like they're not the same. You look at Brandon Moreno for 7 years ago, he's not a world champion. So if you guys want to talk about when Pantoja beat guys, if he hasn't beaten them in the last 1 or 2 years, it doesn't matter. They're sitting in the fucking ranking, have them fight or fight someone else for those rankings. It becomes this revolving door at flyweight where it's the same 3 people at a time, and it's weird, and we get rematch after rematch. Now, Moreno's a very fun stylistic fight to see. Like how he fights, very box oriented. Everybody loves to watch that fight. So you see why he gets a lot of rematches and close fights and fan favorite. But a lot of these other guys, man, they don't show up. They don't make weight. They fight once or twice a year. They're halfway retired. They don't know what it's just like it's just holding up spots. So you see a guy come in like Kai Friends, like Kai Asakura, and it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool thing for him to be able to get that opportunity. It's what I thought I could have done as an LFA athlete. There's been a lot more LFA champions who became UFC champions than it has been risen champions that became a UFC champion. So let's just say that.
Yeah.
I can't really name one. Do you all know any champs of Risen that became UFC champions? He might be the first, right? He's getting the opportunity to be the first, maybe the first, since we ain't talking about pride. We ain't talking about back in the motherfucking day. We're talking about present day, modern day UFC, right?
Yeah, no.
Risen isn't known for bringing over world champions to become UFC champions. Their guys come over here and they do have guys who've been ranked, who've been good fighters, but it's been shown that our rule set's different, and we fight in the cage, and that changes everything.
Yep.
And so, in a championship format, it changes things. I think their shows are amazing. I think Risen is an amazing promotion. I think Kai Asakura is a great athlete and a great fighter. I just believe that we have rankings for a reason, and there's due process and everything. And why are we saying Pantoja's fought everyone when you got guys who are different fighters now sitting in the rankings? Like what do we have rankings for? What are we doing this for? Like, what is our validity? What is the whole point of this shit? Like, what are we doing? Like, that's how it feels. It's just, and for me, myself personally, I see that, and then I'm getting unranked fighter after unranked fighter after unranked after undefeated guy, 18-2, 17-1, 17-0, 11-1, 11-1. These are all the guys I'm fighting.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm fighting world championship level fights in unranked guys. And these are guys I can fight after I have the title in 5 rounds and put on amazing performances. I just don't feel like I'm being properly used by the UFC as an American fighter, with a market here who can pull a market, who's very personable, who can talk on the mic. I see guys constantly, these foreign and fighters from other cultures getting opportunities because they have a large platform. That's like he's got 500 plus thousand followers. He's got over 1 million, 2 million subscribers on YouTube.
Ooh.
Kai Sakura, and that's why he's getting a title fight. And that's why he's getting a title fight. And he's a world champion over there. I'm not saying he's not a great fighter. And it's a weird time for flyweight where there is opportunity, but also I just think he could have easily come over and fought Kai Car France. He could have easily come over and fought the guys that you say are one fight away from the title. Fight those. There hasn't been a champion, a fighter come in and fight directly for the belt since Anderson Silva, I think. Anderson Silva was here, or like it's been a minute.
Anderson Silva fought Chris Lieben on his first fight. So no,
so it's been like two. I saw it. It's only been like two other fighters who've come in and fought for a UFC belt, and it hasn't been in the modern era, right?
And I feel like those guys might have been like pride champions or something.
Yeah,
where like
but even so, you look at Michael Chandler. Michael Chandler had the resume to come in and fight for the belt immediately. What did he get put in with? A tough fight and lost.
Yeah.
Right. But everybody was like, nobody would have been opposed to him coming and getting a title fight. Right. Yeah. That's the type of guy. So you see that and you're like, okay, if that guy had to fight to get to a title, what about Michael Chandler? What about these other guys who had to fight to get to a title? So it's just that's the state of flyweight, and it should give us, like I was saying in my post-fight interview, it should make guys excited, but everybody should be pissed off.
No, for sure. But here's the thing, though. You're a great guy, and like you said, the UFC knows you. They're liking you. Hold on, I'll show here. Let me show your daughter something. Oh, where is she? Oh, she's gone. Okay. I was gonna grab my cat for your daughter. So, but here's the thing, though, man. Don't get upset because look. You're doing the right things, man. You're fighting the fights. You're taking the fights on short notice. You're being the company man, which is always a good thing, right? So you're getting the.
It's a good thing when you're winning, but
but you're winning.
The company hasn't really shown that they like reward you for that. Like honestly, they haven't. It's only when you're winning, right? But
you are winning.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, you mean it doesn't matter about taking the fights? It only matters.
Yeah, they don't care because this is how they look at it. You said you were available. You want to take the fight. We're giving you this fight. If you lose, that's your fault. You didn't have to take the fight. That's how they view it.
Right,
they don't view it as oh, you took this fight for us. Only in like championship, the highest of the high level does like because then Dana sees it and Dana loves that shit, right? Or he hears about it. He loves that shit. Like this guy came in on the week. I love that. You're right. You get a little pay bonus here and there, but like you're still you still got to work to get. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not saying that I'm very thankful for the position I'm in. I'm happy. I'm happy where I am, but I like this is why I'm fighting the way I'm fighting. Internally, I'm just like ready.
I got it.
You know.
Hold on. I got a guy down here that's going to come in. He's going to join us because you say you know this guy. I'm hoping you guys aren't going to fight on the screen. But Rain, let me do a quick intro of this guy because I'll talk to you guys about a few things here. Okay, this guest, we saw him 1 week before we met Charles Johnson a year ago. He was on episode 144. But this guy, he's a Bellator bantamweight. Maybe he's a PFL bantamweight. I don't know. That's why we're having him on to talk about this whole confusion. I don't know anything. All I know is that for sure is that he's one of the funniest guests that we've ever had on the show. We're glad he's back. He was on, like I said, episode 144. He's gone 2-0 undefeated since being on the podcast. So that's thanks to us, Rain. That's for sure. And just like this guy's gone 4-0 after. And he last secured. There you go. He last secured a victory on the PFL Super Fight card a few weeks ago as the prelim main event. He's now 21-2 Great.
Wow.
Bring this guy in.
Please welcome Raufeon SUPA Stots.
Let's
What's
go.
up?
I've been waiting to see this
Hey,
motherfucker Charles goddamn Johnson. What's up? Why?
what's up, bro?
Why?
Oh,
Hey,
look at this. Everybody's got their kids on this
Yeah.
show. What a loving environment.
what's up,
Look at
buddy?
that.
Say, what's up? What's
Hey,
up?
Oh,
Hey,
what's
let's
going
go.
on? What a handsome guy.
Hey, got the
He's fucking
Peloton back there. Let's
Oh,
go.
making that big PFL money. Got the Peloton
Right.
subscription.
Oh, the Peloton. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That doesn't
Let's
come
go.
cheap.
What's up, baby? Charles,
going
what's
on?
up, my guy?
What's up, man?
Man, it's crazy seeing, us two now, because I remember seeing this guy. We was both at LFA. When was that? You fought Raufeon, I think, that night.
Yep.
Was we cutting weight together or something?
Mm-hmm.
Let's go, baby. Let's go. I'm happy for your success, my guy. I'm happy for you.
Yep. That was the first time we saw each other. Was actually we didn't cut weight. First time we saw each other was the night of the fight. He was warming up in the back, and I walked up to him. I said, "Bro, you look just like me over here warming up."
Oh, yeah,
I said, "We do the same thing." And we started laughing because we was doing the same things. And then we had our fights. Our fights went the way they went, and then from there on, we talked after the fights on the way back, and we was always cool since.
Hell yeah.
Now we got the same manager, and we both being successful in two different promotions.
There you go. And of course, management. We're talking about Sucker Punch Entertainment. Brian Butler.
And we both managed by Sucker Punch. So let's go.
Best dude. That guy.
Right,
now,
right.
Raufeon, do you notice something different about our 4 screens here that we need to yell at you about now?
About the 4 screens?
You got to turn your camera sideways, my friend, so we can get
my bad. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I mean?
Don't know how to act, I ain't used to being nowhere.
There you go.
There we go. All right.
There you go. All right. Now we're professional.
One of these things are not like the other.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Last thing, Charles Johnson, I do want to ask you this before I ask Mr. Raufeon some questions. But I do want to congratulate you, man. Dude, you're always an entrepreneur. You're kicking ass, doing things. You got your INNERG TV, right? That's a big thing, of course. And that's still going on. You're still growing that. But you have a few other things, man. These two things. I don't know how to say it.
Dokugami, like origami. Yeah.
Nice. All right. So that's like a artistic thing that's like making shirts and stuff. Like, what is that all about?
Yeah, that's my apparel company. So I do a lot of like fighter apparel stuff based things. And I started doing these things like persona cards. But that's gonna be a future thing where how everybody got like fight cards and stuff like that. Yeah. But mine are I'm mixing like, I grew up on comics and shit like that. So I hit up different fighters and I asked them like what was their favorite thing growing up, and then I give them an artist and I create a likeness of them in that. So if I did want to Phil Rowe, I don't know if I can see the shirt hanging around somewhere, but Phil Rowe, his thing was DuckTales and Captain Planet, and he's from like Jamaica, right? And so when you look at Phil's artwork, if you go on that website, I think I may have Phil's shirt on there or not, but it's on Instagram too. But yeah, I like doing things like that, man. Just creating new things, fun things for the fighters, a little bit of personality since we don't have any in the UFC. You know what I'm saying? So it's a little bit of personality, things that fighters can't show about themselves. And then so I'm a creator, man. I've been a graphic designer since I was 16, so like that's just me. And then
you're doing that?
Yeah. Wow. I'm not the art. The art, I have an artist, but I am creating everything. Like I am the control. I am mind. I'm all of that, right? And then the Icon Battlegrounds is my new promotion. I'll be running out of St. Louis, Missouri. It's gonna have submission fighting, submission grappling. It's gonna have slap fights and pillow fights. So our goal, we were supposed to be having our first show November 9th, but then we had these hurricanes and things happen. So we're gonna go for the spring of 2025. It's looking about April. So that's gonna be a fun thing too, in the Midwest, St. Louis, great venue. So always creative. I'm all about creating opportunity, man. So nice. I'm very excited about that. I talked to Dana about it before my last fight. I was at the last Contender Series show, And he was super excited about it. So he was like, "This slap fight stuff." He was just got hype about it. So it's like, people don't know these numbers, man. These numbers are crazy, you know. So like, I'm like, all right, boss, man. We're gonna
Nice.
see, man. We're gonna have some fun with it. So, but yeah,
That's
man.
good.
Most definitely. I actually I think I hit Raufeon up about that opportunity.
Yeah,
So
you did.
we might have him
Yeah,
on
we
a
was
future show.
I was planning
Did
to
he
do
not?
something.
Did he
Yeah,
not respond to you, Raufeon?
Yeah, we
No.
actually talked. We talked about it, and he's gonna be on the future show too. So it's big plans with that, man. It's something that, you know, first impressions are right. So I got to get the first show right before I just jump into things. You know, I like being detailed.
Nice.
Yeah.
Raufeon, I mean, like when you see those drawings and stuff like that, and he's talking about getting a superhero and stuff. I mean, no one better than SUPA Stots.
Yeah.
Let's go, baby. No,
But
I love everything that, you know, Charles like brings. I like, you know, his creativity, you know what I'm saying, his entrepreneurial kind of mindset. You know, he's always creating and like thinking of different ways, you know what I mean, to bring light, shed light on people. So that stuff is dope. So when he called me, he actually called. That was originally it was like for maybe helping out with camp or something. And then you like brought that that idea to me too. I was like, bro, I'm down. You know what I'm saying? That stuff sounds super dope. You know what I'm saying? I'm ready to do it. That sounds fun.
And everybody know Raufeon one of the best grapplers in the world. So like, who don't want to see him in a grappling event? You know what I'm saying? And he's a person. It's all about like having fun, environment, community building. But like, I'm trying to find like athletes who enjoy what they're doing and bring that personality and the fun to things. So that's all it's all about. It's fun. It's something for us to do as athletes that don't bring as much like stress, but it's, you know, it's supposed to be a fun event, you know. So I'm excited about it, man. But yeah, let's talk about you, man. What you got going on, bro?
So for me, I don't know. Man, I'm trying to fight for that belt again, you know. I guess we're in talks, yeah. I helped Brian like kind of reach out to PFL. I've been just, you know, enjoying the win and you know, getting back to the grind as of late, you know what I mean? But yeah, man, I'm just I'm hunting that belt again, you know. So I told, you know, some of the reporters on after my win, I want my losses back. So I'm trying to, you know what I'm saying, before I'm done with this thing, trying to get at these people who, you know what I'm saying, got one over me. So that's all it is.
Raufeon, last time you were on the podcast, we realized that you're like one of the most fun-loving guys in the world. And then, of course, when you watch this guy, Charles Johnson, when you watch him during like while he's out in, was it Saudi Arabia? No, where were you?
Yeah, it was Riyadh, Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, Riyadh. Here's his photos, man. This guy is living life. Nobody happier than this guy. Riding camels, playing with hawks.
Like, hey, y'all drop little Cam Smotherman up in the top corner. I see.
Yeah. Bro, that
Smotherman, he just got his first win in the UFC, man.
Cam, what's the name, Charles? You know, fight weeks is crazy, but that was a crazy week, bro. Cam got that call like we was
I saw him at the UFC. I saw him because he fought on my card, and I told him. I told him. You know what's crazy? I think he's from his family's from St. Louis too, because we had a Smotherman, and I saw a mom that I grew up running track. She follows me. She calls me nephew. She said my nephew fighting in the UFC too, but she was talking about Cam, and he fought this night too, and I was like, Smotherman, hold on. And I knew a coach Smotherman growing up. He coached another athlete, this guy named Darwin Price. And so I'm like, dang, he might be from St. Louis, but I didn't see that post till after the fight. So I was like, next time I see Cam, I gotta ask him if he's from St. Louis. I'm gonna see him tonight. I'm gonna ask him. Yeah, ask him if he's from St. Louis, right? But you guys know what Cam Smotherman did? Like, he traveled from Saudi Arabia on 3 days' notice, made weight, then went out there, had to fight his life. I'm like, they should give that boy 2 bonuses. Like, what?
That's crazy. That was crazy, bro.
Okay, hold on. So for people that don't know, what we're saying is that in that photo, the guy on the top left is Cam Smotherman. He was supposed to be in Raufeon's corner. He's in Riyadh, gets the call to make his UFC debut on 5 days' notice, leaves Riyadh.
Granted, so it took us 18 hours to get there, right? 18-hour flight, you know what I'm saying? Or it was split up. We was stopped in Frankfurt, Germany. But yeah, it was 8 hours flight to get there. So when he got the call, it would have been another 18 hours, you know what I mean, flight to get back.
Crazy.
So, you know, Yeah,
That's
gotta-
missing. So he missed a whole day of weight cutting and a half
Yeah.
right there.
exactly.
Yeah.
And he
Training,
already,
and he's not training for a fight either.
Yeah.
Like he practicing, but he not training for a fight.
Train. Exactly.
You know?
Yeah. I
He
think
had
he was
different.
scheduled like December or something. You know what I mean? So he's like, oh, we got time. You know what I mean? I was like, because I asked him that before he came out to Saudi Arabia, like, hey man, you good to come out? He was like, yeah, I think I'll start my camp after I get back. You know what I mean? So yeah, he a G. He a true G, man.
Y'all definitely gotta have him on and talk to him about that because
For
I
sure.
told him he was actually warming up in the back with me, but I told him that fight week, I was like, man, bro, I hope they give you 2 bonus, man. I said, you already fucking did your thing. You made weight, bro. Like, I was like, you need a bonus just for making weight, bro. Like, I know what that is because I took 30-hour flights to Thailand. You know what I'm saying? I know what that's like, bro. Like, I know it's no joke for like that traveling and time difference, up and down, your
crazy,
body,
bro.
your legs swelling up. You're not cutting weight. You're not water loading.
Trying to water load on the plane and shit.
You can't water load, bro.
Yeah.
You're not trying to drink airplane water, you know, like for 2 gallons of airplane water. Like, come on, bro. Like,
ain't nobody got water like that. No,
bro. Like, no, bro. And really, where do they get airplane water from? Is it the same thing?
You don't want to know.
I never know, bro. Like,
you don't want to know that.
If it's not bottled water, I'm like, where's
no,
it coming
I just
from? You know, like,
look. This is the health component of the show. I just read something about how disgusting water is on a plane, but not water. The ice cubes. They say the ice cubes.
Oh, that's like every ice machine. They don't change it. They don't clean
poison.
It.
Yeah,
they don't clean it.
I remember I saw a study that says that the water in a McDonald's toilet is better for you than the water that comes out of their water dispenser because the toilet they clean every day. The water dispenser, they haven't cleaned it ever. Like the spout, no one goes in the spout and cleans the spout.
That's true.
So it's just like decades of poison.
I don't eat at McDonald's, but damn.
Yeah.
No, he's talking about the airplane, bro. He's talking about Delta. He's talking about Delta Flight 1760 that you was on.
That's crazy. Hey, I'm finna go get a charger because my phone probably gonna die in like 2 seconds.
So unprofessional, this guy.
Look at that Peloton right there.
Yeah.
If you ask my wife, if I have my wife come in this room, and if you ask my wife, do I ever drink ice? Do I ever get ice with anything? She'll tell you no, because because I know I learned a while ago they don't clean ice machines. Rarely get cleaned.
Yeah, that's the thing. But none of the things,
and it's not your home filter. You might clean your home filter. You might keep up on your own things, but at home, people rarely do that.
Yeah.
So when I go to small restaurants or anything like that, anytime I'm at a mom and pop shop or even big restaurants, nice places, I'm like, hold the ice, it's okay. And if you can give me a bubble water, that's fine in a bottle. That's perfect. You know, like, because I gotta think about ice, man. So you saying that doesn't surprise me at all, but a lot of people don't know that.
But yeah, so that's crazy though. Now his phone did die because his screen.
The screen cut off. Yeah, I know.
His screen is gone.
Right, we can hold him.
Yeah. He'll figure it out.
5 minutes.
But no, man. So okay, here, let me just talk about one quick thing then before he comes. It's kind of neither you nor him. Did you see the news, Rain? Now, here's the thing, Charles Johnson. I had predicted that ONE FC was going to go bankrupt by the end of the year of 2024. I'm so freaking close.
Wait, time out. Are you going to talk about Mikey Musumeci?
Yeah, why is that bad?
Okay. No, I think we're thinking the same thing. So go ahead.
Okay. Wait, okay, but you're not going to get in trouble or anything, right?
No.
Like,
I can't get in trouble. I'm a grown man.
I don't know. No, but okay. But so here's the deal. Rain, do you know what happened with our boy Mikey Musumeci?
No.
What happened to Mikey?
Wait, do you not know what happened? 2 days
I know
ago.
He's not. I know he's not gonna be with ONE anymore. I said he's coming back to America, and I immediately messaged him and said, "Hey, I want to train with you, bro." So I don't know. I'm praying that he comes and he starts doing the Craig Jones Invitational and makes millions of dollars after millions of dollars and has fun here. Opens his own gym, hopefully. You know.
Sure. I mean, here's what happened though. So this is the guy, Rain, that we talked about. Oh, here's Raufeon. Here we go. He's figured it out. He's good.
Yeah.
Hey.
I knew that mug was gonna die. I knew it.
Raufeon, Raufeon, we're talking very
Yeah.
quickly about what happened to this guy, Mikey Musumeci. Do you know the story here?
No.
Okay. So do you know the story about how he got stripped of his title belt in ONE FC when that happened? Like maybe a month ago?
Was like he was overweight or something.
No.
Well, they offered the story is
No,
the
hold on.
story
I want to know the story. This is where freaking fake news and like clips
Yeah.
can really screw people up. Raufeon, what do you think happened with this guy? Why he lost his belt? Because he missed weight?
I thought, he missed weight, and they stripped him of his belt because of the weight miss.
Wait, do you and no other context to that story?
I know. I heard there were controversy about like the stipulations. Yeah, but that's all I really know.
See, but okay, so Charles, that's crazy, right? And I'm not like that.
Yeah.
That's the way news happens, though, right? Because here's Raufeon, one of the greatest bantamweights in the world.
Yeah.
And he's a professional fighter, and he thinks, like, you know, to him, he's gonna go, oh, that guy unprofessional, didn't make weight, and they stripped him of his title.
No.
But
what
Charles, give the story.
I think what happened was, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, they gave him the option to cut the weight or to fight at this weight, right? And he wanted to cut the weight to get the belt, and he ended up not being able to do it. And then that's why he was stripped. But they gave him the option to not have to cut the weight. He chose to, and then he had the health issues or whatever happened, and he lost the belt.
He tried to he wanted.
So he still tried. They allowed him to try too, but if he would have took the option of not making the weight, they would have kept his title. He would have been fine. Like he would have been good. Like I think that's what it was.
I feel like you're okay. Hold on. I feel like you're missing a little bit too, though.
What am I missing?
He was contracted to fight at like 155 against one of the Rotolo brothers in like a special feature match.
Yeah, like 150 something, right?
155 or something like that. Way up. The Rotolo brother guy can't make it. Hold on, I'm gonna get my baby too.
Bring all the babies.
Say what's up, Raufeon?
Hey, what's up, baby girl?
Everyone can't have their babies and not me. Hold on.
What's up? Oh,
that cat looks like the cat from I can't remember what movie it is yet. It's gonna come to me.
Freaking out.
It was a gray cat just like that. I can't remember. It was mean too. I can't remember.
So he's supposed to fight at 155 against the Rotolo brother. The Rotolo brother can't make it on a week's notice or something like that. ONE FC this is how I hear it. ONE FC strong arms Musumeci and says you have to now defend your belt, which is 30 pounds lower. So I think it's because they said, look, we need you to still be on this card. So go drop 30 pounds. I've never heard that he was given an option.
I know he was preparing the matchup at 150 something. I didn't know it was Rutolo, but then they gave him. From what I heard is they gave him the option, and he chose to go defend his belt. And then when he made the weight, because he did make the weight, I think, but then he had the health concern or whatever they said. If he would have tried to match, he could have like risked losing his life or something. He put it all in a post. I don't remember what it was.
But I feel like that might have been afterwards because everybody was really pissed off that they were stripping of the title. Because here's the thing, man. First of all,
I still wouldn't have stripped him of the title. I would have just been like.
Regardless, the stripping of the title was ridiculous. And then you had people like Gary Tonin and stuff start going on Instagram going, I'm going to tell the whole story about ONE FC. Then you've got President Awesome over at Karate Combat saying war on one. There's all this drama going there.
That benefits him. That benefits him because they're doing the same submission grappling now and in kickboxing matches. So ONE FC is really has become the standard for kickboxing and stand-up fights, they become that's what everybody's watching for Muay Thai fights and kickboxing. And now the only competitor to that is going to be Karate Combat, right? Yeah. And so, but now Karate Combat is implementing after the Craig Jones event, they're implementing submission grappling into their events too. Yeah. So they're gonna blow up. They're already blowing up. They already have they're getting bigger and bigger and bigger. So it benefits him to say war on one championship because they don't have a US market, so it only benefits Karate Combat.
Yeah. Now, here's the thing. I'm trying my damnedest to get President Awesome on this podcast. So on the count of 3, I need.
Oh, that's
both of you.
easy.
What do you mean
Right?
it's easy? This guy's
We
traveling
can do
the
that.
world. Get
Yeah.
You
get
gotta
me
know
President
somebody that knows
Awesome.
somebody, and I know somebody that knows somebody.
Yeah, let's
All right.
go.
There you
Tell
go.
him to call me. I want to get
President
on.
Awesome. We cool now, but I didn't talk
Yeah.
some shit.
All right. Anyways, Mikey Mushemi goes on the post on his Instagram 2 days ago and says, "Today I'd like to announce I will no longer be living in Asia or competing under one championship. Almost 3 years ago, I met Shatri.
That was
He's
today?
great."
That was 2 days ago.
It's this long ass post.
Yep.
That I guarantee you, Shatri wrote that post. It is like so weird because especially he was writing weird stuff when they stripped him of the title. Like he was all angry and posting whatever. This post comes out. It's like the most HR written post I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
Like there's no way this kid wrote this. That said, I can't wait to see what happens. Charles Energy Johnson, you want to submission grapple this guy or what?
Hell no, I want to learn from him. No.
Sorry. You want to train with him?
I want to learn from him. I already started like studying, breaking down everything he does, how he traps the heels and everything. Like I've been practicing that shit for like 6 months. I'm just waiting for the right person to hit it on. Like I ain't gonna give away my little tricks in my bag, but I'm working. And I love his game, man. I think he, for a guy to only eat like if you hear about his eating habits and things like that, he's different, man, and it's fun to see somebody do what he's done. So
yeah,
he was a world-class gi jiu-jitsu practitioner, and then seeing what he's doing in no-gi is fun as hell, and how he's trying to, like, we're in 2024, to create something new in jiu-jitsu is hard. And it takes a lot of time, and like he's very owned what he does so well that like he's created something new. So like I'll pay respect to that, so if I can train with him and just learn a little bit of what he does and add something to that belt, I'm happy, man. I'm happy. He's amazing. I like it, man. I love watching him compete. He's so unassuming. He's the most unassuming athlete in the world.
Yeah. He makes me look like a cool guy. He's so nerdy. Like that guy.
It looks like y'all could be related, him and
well, thank you.
Yeah. So by correlation, by that, you're a badass now.
There you go. I know.
You win it.
I beat up some kids every Friday in my sparring class. Don't worry about it.
Let's go.
Like I always say, if you come in on your first week trial, I will spar you all day long, dude. I got
you up,
taking them out.
Let's go.
Raufeon's. Oh, actually, okay, hold on. I have one more UFC thing I want to ask, but this is kind of like my conspiracy of the week, Rain. This one is a good one. I'm telling you. This one is going to.
I'm here for it. Let's go.
This is it. Okay. You guys saw what happened for my conspiracy of the week. You guys saw what happened with Derek Lewis.
Oh yeah. Like what the fuck happened? I don't know. Nobody saw what happened. What happened?
Yeah, that's true. It's just
he made weight. Then he was gone. So what happened?
Dude,
he did the whole Homer Simpson into the bushes.
Yeah.
Just goes away.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, man. Derek Lewis, the heavyweight with the most knockouts in UFC history or whatever, right? Guy is a sensation, a superstar. You have a UFC card in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. Okay? Nobody knows the city of Edmonton. No offense.
I didn't.
Right? I'm Canadian. I didn't know that city existed.
Oh, okay.
So, I'm kidding. Like I know, but like, what is that city? That's not a big.
Only
city.
place I know in Canada is Toronto and one other one. Because the hockey team,
Montreal.
And what you say, Ryan?
Well, Vancouver.
Vancouver Canucks, Calgary Flames.
Anyway, Vancouver, yes.
Yeah,
Canucks. That's what it is. Yeah.
That said, Edmonton has the Edmonton Oilers, where Wayne Gretzky was, but don't worry about that. Okay.
How long that team been around?
Like since like the original 6, I think. Like it's.
See, I don't even know. See, look.
Okay. Anyways,
I know the St. Louis Blues.
Okay. Here's the thing. So you have a card in Edmonton. You have Derek Lewis on the card. He's not the main event or the co-main. Okay. The main event is the flyweights with Moreno and some guy that nobody's ever heard of. No offense. And then
Moreno's a big draw though. He was like a champion, and he.
Who?
Oh, Moreno, one of the biggest draws. Yeah,
bigger than Derek Lewis.
Yeah, Moreno is bigger.
Yeah, because Moreno got all of Mexico.
And Moreno.
There's not a lot of Mexicans in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada.
But it's a lot of Mexicans.
You were allowed
over an ex-champion that is a big draw.
Okay, fine.
But you're right. But Derek Lewis headlined St. Louis, and from what I heard, it didn't do well.
Okay, well, maybe, okay. So now you're dropping some knowledge that maybe I didn't know. But co-main is Rose against Aaron Blanchfield, right? Which so that's better than a Derek Lewis fight too. Yeah.
I mean,
because of the status of the fight, like I think Derek Lewis, you could have easily put him in the co-main, like easily, but it's a heavyweight fight. You can throw that anywhere in the card. It's gonna be a banger. Honestly, it's heavyweight. People love to see knockouts, and that's that knockout king, right? But Derek Lewis don't care where he is in the card. That man is getting paid $1 million just to show up.
Yeah.
So okay, you're really
factually like he getting paid $1 million just to show up. So like he don't care where he had in the car. He gonna go in there and knock somebody out and go home and
he don't even care.
And go home.
Like he don't even care who he fight. I feel like he just he gonna get it back.
I think something else happened.
No, but what I'm saying, okay, hold on. Let me just finish my conspiracy and then you can.
All right, let's go.
My conspiracy theory is that Derek Lewis was never gonna fight, and they used him to sell tickets in Edmonton, which now that event is now the highest grossing event of all fight nights or all North America, whatever the hell they want, or all fight nights in North America. It's the highest grossing. I think they used Derek Lewis to sell that card because a lot of people, no offense, I don't think a lot of people were buying the fight for Moreno's opponent, and I don't think a lot of people were buying the fight for Rose versus Aaron Blanchfield. So I think a lot of people would buy it because Derek Lewis is coming to town. And then Derek Lewis isn't the main. He's not the co-main. So you put him as like just in the main card slot. And then he magically disappears the day before the fight. Like you said, like Homer Simpson into the bush. And this news that I have here that's posted, this is, I don't know what website this is, MMA something. What happened to Derek Lewis? This is their news report today. The freaking news article doesn't say anything. It just goes, yeah, he's gone. No reason, no nothing. When have you ever seen a fighter, especially of Derek Lewis's stature, get pulled off a card last minute and nobody has questions?
Who was his opponent?
It doesn't matter. It's Derek
Lewis.
Lewis.
Can we see who his opponent was? Let me see.
Hold on.
You on Tapology?
I'm just saying I think it's really weird that he suddenly disappears. No, Alexander Romanov.
Oh, wait. Oh, he got a different opponent. No, that wasn't his opponent.
Well, I got it on Google. Alexander Romanov or Johanna Diniz.
No, Alexander fought and won that night. Romanov won that night.
Okay, so then Johanna Diniz. It shows that he had 2 canceled fights.
He was supposed to fight Jonata Diniz, whoever that is.
Okay. Anyways, that's my conspiracy, is that they used him to sell this card in Edmonton, had no intention of fighting, pull him.
No comment.
They make the biggest money ever in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. That's fine.
Every show has been their biggest gate for that show and that place because we haven't been anywhere since COVID, right? So they hadn't been to St. Louis in 6 years.
Yeah.
So like, of course, the Midwest, the gateway to the West, who held the first Olympics ever in America. Of course, you're gonna sell that place out because it's all the Midwest gonna show up. Iowa, Missouri, like Kansas. Everybody's gonna show up for that show.
Well, and the thing,
every show after that, I noticed. After my show, I started paying attention. Like sold out, biggest gate ever, for that place. So the next one was Louisville, Kentucky, and then the next one was whatever. So I started noticing that. So that part doesn't surprise me, but I still want to know what happened to my boy D. Lou, man, because I was like, dang,
conspiracy theory. I think they definitely use Derek to like boost the card and get ticket sales and things like that. I don't think they counted on him like pulling out. I think that was like but
I like because dudes don't just cut weight to cut weight. Listen,
you know what I mean?
But he's a
heavyweight.
He's a heavyweight. He's a heavyweight cutting
But he
weight,
made
so it's not that much.
He literally made weight at the limit. He was 266.
Yeah, but what did he start at? We don't know. He could have been 268 when he got there. We don't know.
And
Like,
this is the other thing with the conspiracy. Like, so if that was the agreement, right? I feel like that's a hard, you know what I'm saying, hole to keep patched. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta let nobody know about it. It's like too many people in too many rooms to fucking think you gonna get away with.
But you don't need to. But you don't need to tell anyone because you're. But you don't need to tell anyone because you're not going to pivot because he's not the main or co-main. So there's not a lot of like finagling you got to do. It's just like,
I think the hardest part for it to hold legs is that they do have to fill contracts, and every fight for the remainder of the year, they're trying to fulfill contracts. So they are trying to get these contracts out. I don't think they will hold up a spot just for Derek Lewis to sell the show. When they got so many fights, they got to get these contracts, get guys fights before they got to pay them or cut them. Right, so that's the only thing that like cuts the legs from under it, right? But you might be right. You might be right because I honestly, man, I was trying to think like who's on this card. Like I know who's in my weight class, who's headlining, and I know Rose, she's a fan favorite,
of course.
And Aaron Blanchfield has been fighting phenomenally since winning Eddie Bravo Invitational at 18. But like outside of that, it's like who's on this card, right? So
I get Canadians. How dare you? It's all our greatest Canadian heroes, you son of a bitch.
Charles Jourdain fought well.
Charles Jourdain is always amazing. He's a crazy dude.
Is he Canadian though?
Michael Malott, didn't Malott fight or something?
Malott, Mike Malott, Jasuda Vicious.
Malott looks like he should be playing a role as Superman.
Yeah.
He reminds me of like a superhero character.
Yeah,
like he's got the frame for it.
What's that one guy from Smallville?
Superman.
Superman.
Superman. Yeah, that's his name.
You mean the name? You mean the name of the actor?
Clark Kent.
Yeah, the actor.
Oh.
Goodness, from WB11. Yeah. I can't remember his name.
It was 39 in Texas. It was 39.
All right, here I gotta ask. Raufeon Stots.
Yeah.
What the hell are you doing on a PFL card when you're a Bellator fighter? What's the deal?
Okay, so as far as I know, well, technically, I think we're all PFL athletes eventually. I think what they're gonna do is like eventually weed out Bellator. I'm thinking, I don't know. Like I haven't got any information or like I guess what they're planning to do. But like it would make more sense to have like one brand or one company, I would think, instead of like, having all this confusion. But from what I was told from the beginning was I was signed as a Bellator athlete. I wasn't like under the PFL branch. But PFL is still like the parent company. So I would be fighting for Bellator under their like super fight or Bellator Championship Series fights. Like that was the fights that I was that was the cards that I was going to be a part of. But my last contract it was a PFL contract. So and I want to say I don't know how this how it was formatted for this last one because it felt like it was almost a mix of Bellator and PFL. Okay. Like as far as like the promoting, because they had like things like for instance, I had like a PFL jumpsuit, but some of the fighters had like a Bellator jumpsuit. Which I don't know. I have no idea, bro.
Why you ain't have a Bellator jumpsuit?
I don't know. I have no idea.
You was a Bellator champ. You want no PFL champ?
Yeah, I know. I ain't done my first fight for PFL, but I don't know.
I don't think it was for PFL, man. We put this last week on that card. The people here circled; those were the only actual PFL people. Everything else was everybody else was a Bellator fighter, really. Only those 5 people had even fought in PFL before, and 2 of those guys had only fought once. So it was a very Bellator-ish card.
Yeah.
The people who weren't circled, were they all Bellator or were they other promotions too? Outside of Ngannou?
No.
Ngannou wasn't.
Many were Bellator, and a few of them were like Cage Warriors or something like that.
Okay.
But
from outside looking in, bro, it looked like Bellator about to be gone, and it looks like PFL just they're gradually letting PFL take them and consume them. And
So this what I'm thinking.
when was
This
the
what I'm
last time we
thinking.
seen Bellator like be like prime time or like a lot of pay-per-views and things like that?
Hold on. Bellator has 6 cards a year, and they're supposed to have 2 title. Do you know that on every goddamn PFL and Bellator post, I post this, and they never respond. They had said 6 Bellator cards a year. Every card will have 2 championship fights. Every card has like 0, and I'm sitting here going, "Where the fuck is Raufeon Stots? Give Stots his title shot. He's 21-2. God damn it! Like you have
Let's
no
go. I
title
appreciate
fights.
that.
What the frig is going on? Raufeon,
But no,
you got to go yell at these guys.
This what I think, bro. I think so because when the merger was first happening, they told me like, yeah, we have. I want to say they said they were gonna have like 8 shows that was gonna be Bellator.
Yes.
What's the name? Like in the year
Champion
or whatever.
Series.
So I wouldn't.
Bellator
It would
Champion
like
Series.
I would be able to have fights. Like don't worry about me being able to get fights. Like I'll be able to get fights. I think what's going on is like they acquired Bellator, so they bought Bellator. That means they bought some of their like responsibilities as far as like partnerships they had to maintain or fulfill. So I think they're like using some of those partnerships to kind of like fulfill what they have to fulfill, but also like kind of help boost their own brand or whatever. But I think the goal is eventually to weed out, Bellator, and that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like if you PFL, like weed out the other brand, so like you have like one cohesive brand. So I think that's what's happening. So and I also think like they had a plan, but the plan changed once they like looked at what the financials actually were.
I think Bellator broke, bro.
I mean,
of course, Bellator's broke. They got bought out.
They got bought out.
Bellator, it's not Bellator, but they name still on her, so they gotta wait until whenever I think. And then
so PFL,
you a PFL athlete now.
PFL bought the Bellator brand, right?
Yeah.
I mean, they wouldn't have sold the brand if they was making hella money. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So they sold the brand. PFL didn't know the exact financials behind the brand. So you know what I'm saying? I think now they like make it so things change because they figured out the reality of the situations, you know. So that's why like some of the fighters are, like was left on the burner for a little while. And it's like I can't like necessarily be all the way upset because like they didn't know all the information. They trying to figure shit out, but it's just like, you know what I'm saying? When
then you look at Ngannou's contract and you look at everyone else's contract and you like, how the fuck they afforded this shit?
Yeah.
Like, let's just be honest, bro. Like, how are they? I don't know who behind financial. I can't speak on another man's pockets. But I'm just like, man, I just hope that these athletes don't get left out to dry. You know, that's all I just noticed, man. Like, I just like, how are they affording these shows? How are they affording to pay Ngannou this much just to show up? And this
it's Riyadh season, baby.
Fighter,
yeah,
right. So
but
I'm just waiting to see.
So if you look too, like you look like where they got us fighting, and you look like where like people like myself, people like Johnny, where you have them fighting, I think they're sharing some of the financial responsibility. You know, I think that's like maybe part of it. I don't know, and I almost don't want to say nothing because I don't want to, I
want to get you in trouble, bro.
Worry about, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
but,
you just need to get a fight.
I don't know either to answer your question.
Just say
anything
I got a question.
Can I ask him a question? Do you still have to fight in a tournament format like PFL now, or are you just still fighting individual fights like you're trying to be the champion of Bellator again? Like, what's going on?
I don't know, and that's like something I gotta like talk to Brian about for them this week when I like rehash like what they plan is for me. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's something I'm gonna ask him kind of when I come back to the table. As far as now, like what I was told again, I was fighting just on the Bellator Championship Series, like so like I'm fighting to get a shot at the belt or whatever. Like the tournament portion that they have, that's for a different type of fighter. I don't think I fall into like the pay
PFL.
scale of that fighter. You know, I
Yeah.
don't feel like I fall into what they're looking for that fighter. So and yeah, like
That's why I was
as far as
asking, because I was
told.
like, you having a fight in a tournament format and I know what some of the guys making, because I knew, like, Brendan was in Thailand with me when I was in Thailand. I saw that boy running every day before he became the PFL champion, and he went on his run. I saw his work ethic to become what he became. I got to see him firsthand, Brendan Loughnane, and then it's inspiring to see what he's done, right? And I look at other fighters like it's this guy named Bruno. I think it's Miranda or whatever. He fights at 155 there. He just fought Pitbull, right? He beat Pitbull, right?
Yeah.
He was my teammate at Tiger Muay Thai, and when I was in Thailand too. So I watched these guys and I asked them like how is it, like, the pay, like how is it, like how does it work for y'all? Like, y'all gotta pay for get chips on your way up to like actually make some money. How does the $1 million tournament work? So I've asked these questions to these people, not them specifically, but people around it and within it. And so, like, when you say, that's why I asked you, do you have to go through the tournament, or are you going to just fight? Like, if it's a merger, it's a unification belt. Like, what is it? What's going on? So it's very confusing from the outside. It looks like you don't really know what the fuck going on either. So
no, I don't either. No, I gotta.
You just want to fight, right? Get paid to fight.
Here's the thing: we don't want Raufeon in the season because you want Raufeon to be able to use elbows. Right. Yeah. And in the season, you can't use elbows. And I feel like that's limiting. So I don't want that. Yeah. You also want Raufeon.
It all depends. Like, I'm down to do like a tournament. Like,
I think the tournament actually fits your style because you're a wrestler.
Like the tournament, I like the tournament because it's like no politics, and I just, I just got to beat the next guy. I like that part of it,
Guaranteed fights, guaranteed.
Yeah,
at heart, he's a wrestler, so he knows the tournament format. He can relate to the tournament format.
Tournament is like an easy thing for me to wrap my head around. I guess the only thing would be like kind of like how they structure the pay, that's just
that's what I'm wondering. Like,
I was always curious. I was always curious if when you win that $1 million at the end, is that $1 million minus all the money you made on all your fights prior?
It's everything added up to the $1 million.
No. When I fought, when I was $1 million. When I was in the Bellator tournament, that $1 million was on top of what you made for like. So I made a good amount, and then it was like a $1 million was on top of that, like that number. But I don't know. I don't know how
PFL yet.
PFL, though. I don't know.
Yeah. So what I've heard about PFL is it's like this much, and all adds up to the $1 million.
That's but here's the problem.
What I've heard, but I don't know 110%. And it's been a while since I got to go recheck them conversations. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, that's fine.
I don't want to put no bad.
Right. Yeah.
But here's the problem, though. It's like 5 fights to get to that $1 million, right?
Yeah.
Raufeon in those 5 fights will have made more than $1 million, and then when he wins, they're gonna go, "Hey, Raufeon, you owe us some money back."
Yeah, you owe us a couple of money. You owe us a little bit.
Yeah. Now, Raufeon, you fight on the card with Francis Ngannou, right?
Yeah.
When we last had you on a year ago, that's when Francis signed. And we were asking you, we're like, how cool is it that Francis is there? Who the hell is he going to fight? Raufeon, will he fight you? Will you fight Raufeon?
Oh, yeah.
Sorry. I said, Raufeon, will you fight Ngannou? And I have your quote here. When I asked you if you would fight Francis Ngannou, you said, "Hell yeah, I would get my ass crushed for $1 million."
Yeah, if they pay me a meal right now, I'll go pick a fight with Francis Ngannou right now.
So why did you not pick a fight with him in Riyadh?
Because nobody offered me $1 million to do it. I ain't gonna get my ass whooped for free. I ain't gonna go out there and get my ass crushed for nothing.
That is true.
You give me a meal, I go get my ass beat. No questions asked. But if you asking me to just get my ass beat, no, I got kids, I got people to fucking I can't do that, bro. Hell no.
Disappointed. You got to call that dude out, man. He's right. He's right there.
You don't give me. You got a meal and give me. I'll call up Nixon right now. I'll fucking pick a fight with Francis Ngannou on the phone right now.
Yeah.
Right now.
God damn it. Yeah. God damn it. Get him.
Hey,
I was waiting.
Get a GoFundMe together, and I'll go pick a fight with Francis Ngannou right now.
Charles, you
Hey,
don't understand.
how do y'all insurance work?
You say what? Right. I'll
That's your question. That should be your first question. Hold on, let me see how this insurance works.
How many body casts can they build? No, but
right.
When at the end of it, like,
bro, that dude is so big and so like both of them dudes. I was in the elevator with them dudes. It's like unworldly crazy. It's crazy how freaking big and athletic these dudes is. You know what I mean? Like, I feel gay saying that shit, but it's like crazy as hell. Crazy as hell, like how much power they can generate, like the mass on these human beings. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah, it is. It is crazy, man. Look, I've kept you. I mean, I'm keeping you guys way too long. Charles Johnson, I've kept you way too long, dude. But thank you so much, man. Last question I had, and this was another quote from the last interview we had with you, Raufeon. You had said, "quote, I'm gonna get some booty."
Oh.
And you were very excited.
I got a little cutty last night. You better, you know what I'm saying? She made good on that promise. You know, that had to be done. Oh yeah, because in Saudi Arabia, there's no drinking. You know what I mean? I didn't bring my wife out there just because I didn't know what the customs were. I didn't know what I was low key scared because I heard they were like super religious. You know, I didn't want to like piss off the wrong people and get stuck there. So I left my family and kids at the house, and but when I got home,
the champ is home.
The champ is home. I got. But of course, we got to be paid.
We talked to Charles. We talked to Charles about his family, and life is good. Life is good for you, my friend. Like, family is good. Everything's good. You're happy.
Talking to me? Oh yeah. Everything's good. Everything with my family is good. We're happy. You know, I'm super happy to get a fight. You know, even happier to get a win. And we live in life, man. Everything is great.
Look, get that Bellator title. I'm telling
coming,
you,
man.
The only title that there is there that you can defend is the Bellator title. Remember, the PFL season belt. That's a trophy. You don't defend it. It's a trophy.
Yeah.
Right?
That's true.
So it's cool. It's amazing.
Another one starts.
Nice accolade. Yeah.
It's cool and it's amazing and all that. But the Bellator title, like, get Brian Butler on the phone, man, and go like, yo, I want that title.
He chasing his losses. So when you fight Patchy Mix again, you fight him?
Yeah, that's why I'm trying to fight again. Hopefully this is my next fight. Or hopefully it's my next fight. That's why I gotta call him this week. Literally, I gotta call him this week.
Yeah, man, that's a
good
great
man.
fight.
Tell him. We want to see that, dude, because those Bellator cards need championship fights in a championship series. That's the whole point of it. So get you on the card, dude. Like, I want to see it.
Yeah,
both of you guys.
Yes, sir.
I got a question for Raufeon. When y'all was in Saudi Arabia?
Yeah.
In the bathrooms, right? In the hotel. Was there a sink on the floor, like close to the floor, like a toilet?
Like a little
to wash your feet.
So wait, brain. So rewind 2020, 2021. I had the corner Joaquin Buckley. It was the first time I went to Abu Dhabi.
Yeah.
We're in the hotel, right? Every hotel room has the toilet on the floor. That's what we thought.
Yeah.
We were pissing in the foot wash station.
Oh.
And I'm like, I said, this is a terrible fucking thing. It's splashing on my knees. I'm like, this is a terrible. Who invented this?
Wait, y'all wasn't pissing in the toilet? Y'all was pissing in the floor washing thing?
Both, right? So at the end of this trip, nobody talked about this. Nobody said nothing about it, but that was what I was thinking while I was there, right? So on the bus home, the final bus home, after we going home and stuff, everybody on there, I was like, man, did anybody, I don't know how it came up. We ended up talking about the stuff in the bathroom, and I was like, yo, what's up with these toilets in here? Why are they so low or whatever? And then somebody was like, yo, it was somebody in the back of us was like, no, that's for washing your feet. It was like we all looked at each other and just started laughing because everybody was doing the same thing. Everybody was doing the same thing, and nobody knew, right?
You know what's crazy?
It was so funny. So that's why I was gonna ask you: did you piss in the real toilet or the blue?
To your point, this made me TMI. I don't know. I don't give a fuck now. We here. So I didn't know it was a foot washing thing either. Nobody told me it was a foot washing thing.
But were you
know what I thought it was?
What?
I thought it was the bidet. When they was talking about the bidet, bro, I used it to clean myself.
No. You are disgusting.
I put it on my story. I was like, yeah, they got this bidet. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna check it out, see what it is. And then
that was a foot washing station, bro.
Like, bro, that's a foot washing station. I'm like, no,
that's when they pray.
Why would you wash your feet in the bathroom when they got a shower?
It's for when they pray, bro. Yes, bro.
Wait, there was no sign?
So that's why I had so soon as you said that, I was like, I gotta ask him, bro, because I know that it's probably the same there, bro. That is hilarious, bro.
You're gonna have random people's toe jam in your butthole.
Hey, I felt cleaner. I ain't gonna lie to you. I felt cleaner, whatever. It was my ghetto bidet.
That's a funny story, bro. That's hella funny, man.
The ghetto bidet. That's the name of the episode. The ghetto bidet.
Ghetto bidet.
Dude, that is crazy. Look, man, both of you guys are friggin' hilarious. I can't thank you enough, man. Like, and I'm so glad that you guys know each other too, because like before we started Raufeon, I said to Charles, I was like, hey, do you know this guy Raufeon? He's like, yeah. So then now here we are.
I was like, yeah, man, he's fucking terrible person.
All the great people in MMA, I feel like, know each other, find a way.
Yeah, I was like, man, I know Raufeon. He's a terrible guy.
Yeah. And Rain was agreeing. She's like, I hate that guy too.
Oh yeah, Rain, I heard you was finna cuss me out because I missed our last. My
Where's Raufeon? Let's go.
We gotta get you a camera. We gotta get you a camera and a proper mic set up for next time. I'm gonna get you right, bro.
Yeah.
I got this little thing that'll follow me. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, that's dope.
Oh.
He's just turning it with his hand. You can see him.
Yeah.
We can all do that, Raufeon. Yeah, and we gotta get.
No,
you
look.
See his arm.
Oh, now I'm turning it with something else.
Right.
All right. Rain, before we let these guys go, is there anything you want to ask them?
Yeah. See, we didn't know that they knew each other. You guys go way back.
Yeah.
And now look at you guys. Look at where you're at now. How proud are you guys of each other?
Man, I'm super. Every time I see freaking Charles jump up to another short notice freaking opportunity and go kill it, I'm just like, man, there go that man, bro. I remember him, I remember his like perseverance and his like just his resilience through, no matter what happened. Like he always kept like the same mindset, same kind of humility, and he just like grinding, So I'm super proud of him being like a professional freaking black man. I look up to him, and I'm super happy for his success, man. I love seeing him do great things.
Yeah, same here. I talk all the time about the people we've come across and the journeys I've gotten to witness, and like I was in the room with that person, they became a world champion, and like for me, I get a lot of inspiration from guys like Raufeon, who I've been in a room with, and I get to watch his journey and watch what he's been able to achieve. He's become a world champion at one of the biggest promotions, and that's something I'm aspiring to do now. So it's always inspiration. It's always, like he said, seeing it's not many Black American martial artists at the highest level, right? And so it's a small niche, one of the smaller niche groups, and things like that. So it's always fun to root for that and see that. Not to say that I don't root for other people, but that's what it is, And so it's great to see where things have come since 2019. Seeing each other at happenstance, being on the same card, and seeing the journeys, So I appreciate y'all, man. I appreciate the time. Fight Insight, man. Y'all always great, So it's been a wonderful time, man.
Hell yeah.
Thank you, man. Yeah. Guys, I appreciate you so much, man. Like I announced on the last podcast that we're going to go we've been doing this. This is episode 196. 196 weeks in a row, never stopped. We're going to take a hiatus after episode 201. So kind of like close to the end of the year, we're going to go on hiatus. I'm doing interviews on millions.co. You can find us there. Rain and I are both doing interviews on there. So we're going to continue like the journey there. Hopefully we'll come back at some point to restart the podcast. But guys, like, I mean, if we can ever have you back when we're back on and stuff like that, dude, congratulations to both of you for all your successes, man. INNERG TV, go check that shit out, man. There's always stuff that he's posting and doing. The Dokugami, the Impact,
Icon Battleground.
Icon, the Dokugami, Raufeon, Stots. You got everything going on with you, man. You're going to get that title belt sooner than later. Both of you guys, I'd love to have you both back when you both have your titles, the UFC title, the Bellator title, see them both together, man.
One more year like this one, baby. One more year.
Yeah. Let's go.
That's it, man. Guys, aside from that, we're out of here, man. This we'll be back next week. My guest next week, I'm almost positive, is going to be the ONE FC ring announcer, the girl. She does the Friday night fights. It's she's this Thai girl, Nara, and she's the one. She does it like, and she's like this tiny little Asian girl that does it, and it's like, it's crazy, man. Like she's out there doing her thing. Yeah, same as Ringside Reign. Ringside Reign's doing it there. I think it's like the only two female ring announcers I really know is these two. But Nara is hopefully coming on next week, so that's cool. And then I do want to show Rain this. Look, guys, we've been trying to get Chuck Buffalo on the podcast forever. You know Chuck Buffalo?
Charles Radke?
Yeah.
I got his number on my phone. Look, I told you, it's who you know.
Yeah. Well, so he's fights this week coming up.
Yep.
So God damn it, Charles Radke get the win, and then he's coming on because like anytime I post, man, the guy's like, yeah, let's do this. So we've been having our hashtag where is Chuck Buffalo? Dude, if he wins this weekend, it's like guaranteed he's coming on, and I can't wait to talk to that guy. That guy's been screwed over by media so badly. They treat that guy really wrongly, man. They've done him wrong a few times, and he seems like a good dude, man. Is he a good dude, Charles, or is he like Raufeon, not so good?
Scumbag.
He's fun. He's fun. Like Charles is fun, man. He's gonna tell you how he feel. He believes in his skill set. He believes in what he's doing, and he's gonna tell you how you feel, and that rubs some people the wrong way. But for me, I think he's fun, and I like the shit. You know, like I'm all for it. You know, he got alpha male energy, and some people that don't like that feeling, but he seems like a cool dude to me. You know, so
yeah, he seems like a good guy, man. And
he knows what he like. Like you can't tell him nothing to feel like, but also he listens when he wants to, you know. But I feel like he's one of the people who just knows what they want, and it's some people don't. It rubs them the wrong way, you know.
Yeah. So I hope he kicks ass, man. That dude fights this weekend. Also, Ricky Tercios, former guest of the podcast, he fights next weekend as well. I love that dude as well, man. He's a great guy. Hadouken.
Wow, boy.
He went to my high school.
Really?
Really?
Yeah. I know Ricky. Really well.
But he same age or like same grade?
No. Well, he went. So the high school wrestling coach, he was there a year, maybe 2 years after I was there.
Oh, okay. He's a good dude,
man. That was his little guy, you know.
Ricky. Ricky, cool. Yeah, no, he cool. He good shit, bro. He good shit.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
Texas too.
Yeah, we had him on the podcast. That guy is like such an intelligent guy, and he's so thoughtful.
Yeah, he's fun.
Like he's a really good dude, man. He like that post-fight interview that he did. That thing goes viral like on the regular. Like you just see it hit again. Like someone will post.
He's a genuinely genuine person.
Yeah, I love that guy.
Yeah.
So best of luck to Chuck Buffalo and best of luck to best of luck to Chuck Buffalo and best of luck to Ricky Tercios. Guys, this has been an incredible podcast, man. Thank you guys so much, man. And we will see you again for sure.
Let's go.
Later, guys. Have a good one. See you later, guys. Bye.
Bye.
All right, guys, that's it for the show. Thank you so much for joining us. Before we go, please do check out RageWorksNetwork.com for other great audio podcasts such as ours. Again, hit up millions.co for our t-shirt. Please support the show. And of course, follow, subscribe, do all that stuff, and let people know about the Fight Insight podcast. Have a good one, guys, and we'll see you next week.